Welcome back to my YouTube channel, but if you're new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a Chicago-based lifestyle content creator, and in like 6 hours, actually 9 hours, the math was pretty bad. I am about to be heading out to Miami for a few days. So it's New Year's Eve, it's 10:40 p.m. on New Year's Eve. I honestly didn't think I would still be awake because my flight's at 7 a.m. so I'm gonna probably leave at like 5:30ish. So in my mind, I was like, oh, I'll be in bed by 10. I still have like 1 or 2 more things I need to do before I go to sleep. So probably by like 11:30. And honestly, I'm not even mad about it because I was feeling a little weird about the fact that like it's New Year's Eve and I was gonna fall asleep before like midnight. I mean, I'll probably still be asleep before midnight central, but like not see the ball drop or anything, which I know that sounds corny, but I have never in like my memory, like my life from what I can remember, not been awake on New Year's Eve to see the ball drop. I am heading out in the morning, like I said, and flying into Miami, and so tomorrow is New Year's Day. I get in at like 11:30, 45-ish, and then I'll be there until the 4th, pretty late at night. I think my flight leaves at 8 p.m. So basically like 4 full days almost. I mean, I guess really 3.5 days, but I'm going with one of my friends, Sam, who, if you watch any of my past travel vlogs, she's been on a decent amount of them. Actually, we kind of traveled together a lot. So we went to Stockholm together well, I guess it will be last year technically, but in May 2024. And then we went to Paris together the year before. I've been to visit her a few times in New York too. And we went to Renaissance together. So she's been on my channel a handful of times, but she lives in New York. And so we're just like meeting up in Miami. She lands a little bit before I do. So like we might, depending on like what time our flights land, we'll probably just like head to the hotel together from the airport. But I have been to Miami one time before, a while ago, probably 6 or 7 years ago, for a bachelorette party. Sam has never been before though, and like even when I went for that bachelorette party, we didn't stay like on Miami Beach. I don't even really know where we stayed. And like Sam, like we're staying like on the beach. So we're staying 2 nights at the Gates South Beach, which is like it's like a moderate level, and it's like a DoubleTree technically. But it's like, it looks really cool and fun still. And then we're staying the last night at the Loews hotel. So it'll be like a nice luxe adventure at the very end. We don't have a ton of things planned to do. Like we are going to a Heat game the second night we're there. So the second, I think that's Thursday. We are going to brunch tomorrow, but like a casual brunch, I think. It seems like a pretty casual spot. And then we're going to a nice dinner for sure one day. But other than that, kind of like playing the rest of it by ear and just seeing like what happens. But it'll be like a nice little reprieve, like post-holiday, kind of like R&R before like diving back into the week. I've also been off for over a week already. And I have like 6 more days of being off. So this has felt like a really nice little treat at the end of the year. But I wanted to just set the vlog up tonight before the morning because I'm sure like I will not want to do it at 5 a.m. So the next time you see me, I will probably be in Miami. almost the end of our first full day here in Miami. I don't know if you can hear, Sam's listening to a podcast. You might be able to hear it in the background, and the lighting is not great in this hotel room. It's an ongoing battle we've been having, but let's see, since I was last done yesterday, obviously I flew and got here, and like we actually landed at basically the exact same time, and so we like took an Uber over together, and it was only like about 25-ish minutes to get from the airport to where our hotel is in South Beach. So we're staying at the Gates. I'm trying to remember the full name. It's basically the Gates South Beach Hotel. It's a DoubleTree basically, and I mean it's a pretty like moderate level hotel. I think it's nice. Like it has like the lobby is really pretty. The pool is decent. It's not huge. Right across, it's in a really great location. Like it's easy to get around everywhere, and the room is like actually a pretty decent size. So we checked in here yesterday, and we're actually gonna check out tomorrow, and we're gonna check into the Loews hotel, which will be nice and luxe, and it's a little bit further down in South Beach. But so we checked in, and our room wasn't ready, but we changed clothes and went to get lunch. So we walked down like Collins Avenue, which is like the main street road here in South Beach, and we'd had reservations at the Social Club, which is a restaurant in the Surf Comer, like a Kimpton hotel. And when we got there though, they were like, oh, we actually closed at 1. I was like, well, the reservation was for 1:30. They're like, sorry, we changed our hours and we're closing now. So we ended up sitting out by, they had like a poolside restaurant, and so we had lunch there, which was really good. And then I was almost like immediately I'm on vacation. And it does, like, this is my first time really staying in like South Beach. This truly does feel like we're in another country. Like it feels like I'm in the Caribbean or something. So this, I feel like if you're looking for a vacation like that, but maybe you don't have enough time to fly, although like you're limited on like the amount of nights you can stay or money you want to spend, or not being able to leave the US, I feel like this is a good option for that, because it does literally feel like we're in a resort town, which I guess we basically are. But anyway, we had lunch there, and then we walked along the little board, the beach walk, to out onto the beach. And like with our hotel, you pay a resort fee for this, but it includes like two beach chairs and 2 towels to use at the beach. And like you can buy like umbrellas and stuff too if you wanted. We didn't buy one, but we ended up getting seated like by an umbrella anyway. So we sat out at the beach for like a few hours, which was really nice too. It's been pretty warm the past 2 days, so we did that, and then we came back to the hotel until like because it was like after 5, basically 5, until like they were closing up shop there. We had dinner at STK for happy hour, which they were doing happy hour all day yesterday for New Year's Day. That happy hour was so good. We're actually probably about to go back in a minute, but it was really good, and it's very inexpensive. Like I didn't realize STK had a happy hour like that, so I'll probably be going to the one in Chicago every now and then, because it's a decent amount of the day that they do it too. And like the food was delicious, and things were $3, $6, $9. So we basically did that for dinner. We got like a bunch of different options from the happy hour menu, and the cocktail that I had was really good. Sam had a mocktail that was also really good. And then we walked a little bit further down Collins Avenue and went to Rita's to get Italian ice for dessert, and then went into like a couple souvenir shops and stuff like that too. We've been trying to take, there's a free trolley that goes up and down like throughout South Beach or Miami Beach, and we've been trying to get on it, but we keep missing it somehow. So we've just been walking everywhere. And then today we basically just spent almost the whole day at the beach. Like we went to breakfast in our hotel, and then walked over. It's like less than like a 5-minute walk to get to the beach from here. And then we were at the beach from, I want to say like 11 to basically like right about 3 o'clock maybe. And then we came back and went to our pool for like a minute. And then now we're like showering because we're going to a Miami Heat game tonight, which I'm excited for. I love a sport. It's like a live sporting event. So we are going to like get ready, like change and stuff. Like we're showering now, and then probably go back to that STK happy hour for a minute. And then we were thinking about trying to take like the bus, like public transit, to get to, because the Kasaya Center where the Heat play is like in Miami, so like back across the bridge, like that little Biscayne Bay. So we might do that, or maybe take an Uber or something like that. But a great day all around so far. Tomorrow we're gonna check out of here and then check into the Loews, and probably have a similar-ish day to what we did today. Maybe go to some fun lunch spots, and then we're still here again pretty much most of the day on Saturday too. And it's supposed to be cooler on Saturday, so we might explore like around Miami that day instead of like hanging out the beach and stuff. But this has like been, it's really nice to like recharge and like just have some R&R. Like we didn't really do anything today or yesterday, but it still is really fun but so relaxing, which I feel like I really needed. So like I've done a vacation like this at the end of the year before. Like a couple years ago, me and my family went to San Diego for a week, and we left the day after Christmas and then came back on New Year's Day. And it was kind of a similar type of thing where it felt nice to like recharge at the end of the year. So anyway, and oh, I'm also wearing my Wicked t-shirt that my friend Leah got me for Christmas. Oh, I started reading the Wicked book. I've literally just started it today when I was on the beach. I'm only on page 70 so far, and I'm actually liking it. It's pretty dark. I think it's also really funny. It's like a dark comedy, but like the writing of the characters is like, they're saying some really funny and crazy stuff, but I'm liking it so far. So it's just pretty like deranged, I'll say, a lot of the stuff. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like I might do like a dedicated video to my like review on the book when I finish it, since Wicked is, obviously I'm obsessed with Wicked, as I have my t-shirt on, and it is like the most popular media going on right now. Anyway, I'm gonna finish getting ready and then we'll head out to the game. Okay, vlogging from literally beachfront. So I think today's Friday. Today's our last technically full day here. We've checked into the Loews hotel. We checked in this morning. This hotel is nice. Like, I feel like a lot of times, especially at like in cities, like hotels that are really like have a high like nightly rate, I'm like kind of like, is it worth it? This hotel's 100% worth, I think, every penny. We got a really good rate and used like a credit here, so, and we're only staying for one night, but like this hotel is nice. It's huge. The beach, like there's like a private beach area for someone was offering me frozen grapes, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is actually really nice. Anyway, like, oh yeah, I was saying it's pretty big in terms of like the size of the property. There's like a couple of restaurants. We had breakfast at like a pretty nice place, like a breakfast buffet. It was pretty moderately priced. It was $40 each, but then it's like obviously the full buffet, and then like whatever drinks you wanted, like coffee, tea, cappuccinos, like whatever. So we did that, and then our room was actually ready when we got here too. We got here like 9-10 a.m. Probably 10 actually, probably like 10:30, and our room was ready. And we did get like a complimentary upgrade to like a higher floor. Oh, with an ocean view. I kind of forgot about that. So, and then like we've just been at the pool, or we walked by the pool. It was pretty crowded. There were a lot of kids out there too. This does seem like a family hotel, or like a family friendly hotel. I just feel like because a lot of stuff is like easily accessible. But anyway, then we've been out at the beach for maybe like an hour or so. But we did go to that game last night. It was fun. The crowd was interesting. Like, people were not really cheering much, which was kind of weird. I feel like it's in comparison to like a lot of games I've been to, people were pretty quiet. It was, Sam even kept saying it too, but it was like a fun game. And we took like the bus there, and then there's like free like downtown transit. It kind of reminded me of the People Mover from Epcot in Disney World. Took us from like where the Kaseya Center was back into like a little bit outside of that downtown area, and then we took an Uber back from there. And then I don't think we really did anything else after that. But like today we're mostly probably gonna be at the beach again, maybe go to the pool for a minute, and then we have a dinner reservation tonight at Rouse, which is in our hotel. And we might get lunch at Pura Vida too, which I saw a lot of people recommend, and then one of Sam's friends recommended it, and there's one in the Loews hotel as well. So that's all for now. Still reading Wicked, entranced by it. Honestly, I'm kind of sad to leave tomorrow night. My flight's not till 7, but I just love vacation so much. So it's Sunday afternoon. I'm back home in Chicago. I do have my Miami sweatshirt on though, this crew neck that I got from the Heat game. Sam actually got the same one too. I mean, I was looking for like a Miami sweatshirt, like a crew neck. I love a good crew neck, especially from like traveling somewhere. But a lot of them literally said like Miami, Florida, huge with like an American flag, and that's not the type of vibe I'm on. So this one was perfect, and it has a little Heat logo on the back too. But anyway, I'm back home. I got back in last night. My flight landed at like I left Miami at like around 7:30 East Coast time, and then I think it was just before 10 when I landed back in Chicago, and then I was like 11ish by the time I got home, and then I went to bed shortly after. But our last day that we spent in Miami, so what did we do? So we checked out. I mean, we were able to get a late checkout, so we didn't have to be out of our room until like noon. And so we kind of lounged for a while because we were both a little bit tired. So we went to, I think the last time I was on was when we were still on the beach. So we finished out that beach day, and then kind of like, and then we also went to the pool at the Loews. After that, Loews hotel was so nice. Like I would stay there again and again and again and again. It was really, really nice. Just like the amenities that they had, the service was really, really great. And like the pool was so nice. Like, I don't know, it was fun. And there were a lot of kids there, I will say that. And it does seem pretty family friendly. Like I see why you would stay there if you had a family, because there's a lot of activities and stuff to do to keep kids occupied. But anyway, we hung out at the pool for a little bit, and then we like went up to our room to like shower, get ready for dinner, and then we went to dinner at Rouse, which was really, really good. Like literally like Rouse, or is it Rouse or Rao's, whatever, the tomato sauce. But there's a restaurant there that was in the Loews, so we went there. The food was really, really good, and it was like a nice ambiance, nice experience. And then we walked down to like the Lincoln Road, what is it called? Lincoln Road Mall. It's kind of like, it kind of reminded me of like the Santa Monica Promenade, but and like this, literally the same type of vibe. And so there are a lot of restaurants, like people were out. Most of the stores were closed because it was almost 10 o'clock by the time, like between 9:30 and 10 by the time we were over there. But we walked around that a little bit, and then I think we just went back to our room shortly after that. And again, like the beds were so comfy. That room was really, really nice. And then yesterday we kind of woke up a little later, checked out, and then it was cooler. It was only in the 60 something, so not really like warm enough necessarily to be out at the beach or in the pool. And since we were like flying back out, we didn't really want to have to deal with like wet bathing suits and all that stuff. So we got Pura Vida, which we'd been wanting to get because I'd heard about it on some vlogs and stuff that I'd watched, and one of Sam's friends had recommended it to her. So and there's a Pura Vida that was like basically attached to the hotel. So we got lunch there and then took it and ate it out at the pool at the beach, because we were still able to use all the amenities from the hotel. And so we ate lunch out there and then hung out for a little bit, and then walked around basically like the Miami Beach area and like kind of just explored, because we hadn't spent a ton of time just like wandering really. So we did that for a while, and then we ended up getting on the free trolleys that are run through Miami Beach, because we'd been trying to get on one like the whole time we'd been there, but every time one pulled up to a stop that we were at, it was like full or like at capacity, so we couldn't get on. So we basically rode the one that we happened to get on. I think it was the Collins Express. Yeah, so it goes all the way up to North Beach in Miami Beach. We went all the way up to like, I think it was 88th Street, and then it loops back around. So we basically took it all the way up and then all the way back down. So it was cool to see pretty much the whole like island, I guess you could say. And then it dropped us back off at, or we got off at around 20th Street, which is close, like kind of in the area we'd been in, because I really wanted to go to Kith Treat. So Kith, like the clothing store, they have an ice cream shop there, and it's basically like ice cream. It's not soft serve, it's like out of the machine, mixed with different like cereal mixtures, and it's like basically like a McFlurry almost, but with different cereals. It was so good. So we got that, and then walked back to our hotel, changed clothes and all of that to get and then headed to the airport to fly back out. So the airport was packed. It was a bumping at the airport, which makes sense because it was a holiday weekend, but it was pretty wild. There was also, I think, an altercation on my flight. I still don't know what happened, but more than halfway through, like we'd been flying for at least an hour, maybe almost two, the flight attendant made an announcement and was like, hey, is there anyone, we were looking for a volunteer to switch seats with someone. It would be a window seat, blah, blah, blah. There's two people in the back that we have to separate in the back. Isn't that crazy? I don't know what happened, but anyway, all in all, I really enjoyed Miami Beach. I've been to a lot of beaches before, or beach towns, like in the US, in Florida, a lot in the Caribbean, like Mexico, stuff like that. And I will say, I've never been anywhere in the US that felt like Miami Beach. Like it really did feel like we were somewhere much more like exotic, and like literally like in the Caribbean. So I think I might have said this earlier in an earlier video, but I would recommend Miami Beach in general, but I think especially if like you're wanting to go to the Caribbean or Mexico or something, and it's just not, like if you don't have a passport or don't have the time, because it can be a little further to fly to depending on where you're coming from. I guess I'm mostly saying this too about people living in the Midwest, East Coast, or like the South, because it was easy, like really easy to get to Miami. There's tons of flights in and out, whereas like when I went to St. Lucia a couple years ago, there's literally like 4 flights a day in from the US, and that's it, and like 1 on each airline, so it's like hard to get in and out, whereas this would be so much easier. And then you could even fly into Fort Lauderdale, but it really felt like the same type of vibe as that, but like still in the US. So And it was like this trip, like I'm pretty bad on a lot of vacations about just like literally lounging, not doing anything, like relaxing, but that's pretty much what we did most of the time, which was, it was nice to like recharge in that way. But going somewhere like Miami Beach, you could have the option, which I guess is true of a lot of places, to like, if you wanted to go into Miami, you could do that and like do stuff there, or you could literally just hang out on the beach, like in the beach area, and like walk around to like, there's like different shops and like different beaches or different areas of the beach, different parks, stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend traveling to Miami Beach. I'm sure I'll be back, because it was really easy to get there. This was a really affordable, like we did get some really good deals, but I think especially if you want it like not a holiday week, I'm sure it's even more affordable. So and it's like kind of how we split up too. Like we stayed one night at the Loews, which was like a really, really nice hotel, and then the other 2 nights at the Gates Hotel, which was like a more moderate like value price. I would still recommend staying there too. Like that was pretty nice, I feel like, for the value of what it was, and it was in a really great location. So like we didn't need a car really to go anywhere. We didn't really Uber much except to and from the airport, and then we Ubered partially back from the game, but otherwise we walked pretty much everywhere, or we took like that trolley, we took the public bus, we took like another free public transportation thing when we were in Miami at that game, or at the Heat game. So, which turns out was like a pretty historical game, because like there was like some record that was broken, I think by Jimmy Butler. I didn't know anything about the Heat, I'm gonna be real, before that game, but it was fun. Anyway, it was also just a really nice way to recharge at the end / beginning of the year, and like get ready for like to take on 2025, we'll say. So I have a bit more travel coming up over the next few months. So I'm going to Memphis actually in like less than 2 weeks. Like in 2 weeks from now I'll be there. That'll be a totally different trip than this. Like there's a lot of like cool historical stuff in Memphis that I like am planning on seeing. I'm only gonna be there for 48 hours, so I probably will see a decent amount, but gotta sneeze. And then I'm going to Vegas next month to see Mariah Carey, and then also just like hang out in Vegas. But I've been to Vegas a lot. It will be my first time in Memphis, so excited for that coming up soon. So if you like this video, which I hope you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. At the very end of this video, I'll link to my travel playlist, so you can see, like, if you're interested, like a lot of other travel vlogs from me, because I did a lot of traveling over the past 2 years. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.